Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Punky's Kitchen. Today is going to be whatever we have in our house day. You couldn't go to the store. It's whatever it is, actually. So what I have in my house is exactly what I'm going to be cooking today. So I hope you're ready to enjoy, and I'm going to be showing you exactly what it is. So let's begin. Okay, sorry. Okay, today we are doing the Portuguese potatoes that I had told you. Now, in the house, I have slab bacon. So if you don't want to use slab bacon, you could use regular bacon, hickory smoked bacon, whatever you have, whatever you like. Okay, we have our French fries that already been peeled and cut up for us. I have my my sliced onion. Alrighty, that's one food. And then later on today, we're also with this is going to be a two meal deal. We have some chopped onion, chopped bacon, beef kielbasa because I like beef kielbasa, but whatever kielbasa you like is whatever you have. I said in the house, you could use whatever you want, and a can of pork and beans with some bacon once again, slab bacon. Slab bacon adds a ton of flavor. Bacon adds a lot of flavor if you don't have it. If you don't have like a lot of seasonings, or like if you want like a hickory smoke, I recommend bacon all the time. It's also a really good food, and it's you can multitask with it, and you can make so many different dishes with it. So let's begin. We are going to take our bacon, the big one, in the white bowl, and we're going to put it in here. Now our bacon is frying up. Okay, so you want the bacon to fry and get nice and crunchy. That's the bacon. The crunchier the bacon gets, the more flavor. And then when you add the potatoes will be adding up some of the oil. With the potatoes and then onion in it, and you want to fry it all up. I didn't add the baby tomatoes, but as it's frying, you will be able to add as many, whatever seasonings your heart desires. You want some garlic, you want some chives, some parsley, some black pepper, some salt, and as much as you want, you could add in these dishes. Uh, like I said, it's whatever you have in the house. Not a lot of people, we all work, we all do. We don't have the time to go to the grocery store, or where the grocery store doesn't always have what we want. It's just that way. You could also make the in a Portuguese dish. This is the kind of bacon they make chalupas out of, where it's really deep fried, crunchy bacon. It's also considered fat back. It's just really, really good. It goes with every food we have. So we're just going to start with this first. We have our our bacon frying, excuse me. In the other pot over here, okay, I'm going to turn that burner on. And in this little pot, we have some oil already in it. Okay, we're going to be taking some of our bacon. Let that get a little hot. As you can hear, our bacon sizzling. Make sure the bacon gets a little crunchy on the side um, and all the way around because you want that. You're going to add some bacon into this little pot right here. As you can hear it starting to sizzle up a little. And while this pot here is cooking, okay, you want to keep an eye on both of them. Okay, now I have seasoned up my French fries, my potatoes that I'm going to be using in the bacon um, with French fries and onions. So I had already seasoned them up with a little salt, some garlic, some black pepper, and yes, I did wash my potatoes. I recommend washing your potatoes. Okay, now we're just going to add them in. Now the Portuguese usually use yuca. You could use yuca. You could use frozen French fries. It's whatever you have in the house. I personally never tried it with frozen French fries, but there's an idea for our next segment. I kind of like it. It's like I said, you're always having fun in the kitchen. That's what the job is. Cooking is not a job. Cooking is fun. Okay, now this bacon in the pot here is cooking up really, really nicely, as you could see. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our quarter cup of chopped onion and we're going to add it in. Actually, that was a little too much onion, so you might want to use half of that. Or actually, it depends on how big of a pot you're making, honestly. This is a very, very small pot. Um, if you're making it for a family of 6 or a family of 4, you want to use a whole kielbasa, beef kielbasa, or pork kielbasa, or depends on what kind of kielbasa you're looking for. So yeah, that is one of those things. So yes, normally I've made this for a very large group of people, so I have used 2 kielbasas in a very large pot. You can even do it in a skillet like this if you want that fried flavor more than anything. Uh, so that's good right there. Now we're going to season up our French fries just like this. Okay. While we're waiting for the onions to caramelize in that, we're gonna toss these around so that they could fry. And while they are frying like this, you could add some more seasonings if you would like. You could add more garlic, more pepper, uh, more salt, which I am going to add a little bit more garlic. I'm using garlic powder. I had ran out of fresh garlic today, so forgive me. Then we're going to add a little bit of salt, just a little, because you don't want the bacon will add enough salt. Well, it depends if you like a lot of salt or not. So forgive me, I'm just saying. Okay, now this is frying up. Okay, now we're going to stir in our other pot. Okay, now we're going to get our kielbasa. This food takes literally, the kielbasa and beans takes about 15 minutes to cook. Now you could use baked beans, you can use pork and beans, you could use any type of beans you have in the house. I never tried it with red kidney beans, but I have tried it with baked beans, and it's kind of really not the same flavor. But if you like baked beans, you could also do that. Uh, like I said, normally I cook this in a very large amount of a large food in a bigger pot for a bigger group of people. So you have this. Now the kielbasa is starting to cook. We want the kielbasa to get a little bit brown and a crunchier on the edges, because when we add the pork and beans, the water from the pork and beans, the juice from the pork and beans is going to soak up, and you want to catch that and make sure of the flavors. So you'll be adding extra garlic, extra salt, extra pepper, everything to this dish, even though there's already some flavor from the pork and beans. You could add an extra little bit of water. Pork and beans is a very thick consistency now. So yeah, you could add extra water to it or whatever you would like. Okay, see how our French fries are now frying up as if they were regular French fries? Okay, that's what we wanted. Okay, so now this is frying up. We're good with that. Gonna put our spoon down over there. We're going to grab our other spoon to stir in our kielbasa. Okay, our kielbasa and our bacon is frying up still together, which is really nice. The kielbasa is going to be a little bit crunchy the way I like, and it's going to be a little bit brown on the edges. So that is a really what we're looking for in that as well with that point. So that's one of the better parts of this food. As you can hear the kielbasa start to sizzle, that is what we want the kielbasa to look like. Nice and crunchy on the outside, dark as it's fried up. That's the flavor we're looking forward to. So now we're going to take a can of pork and beans. I have Campbell's pork and beans. We've been using them for years in my family. So I'm just going to empty them in. Okay, now I'm going to stir it all up. I'm going to lower it a little bit. Like I said, it does stick. So you want to be a little careful of that. Okay, so now that's in there. And so what I'm going to do is take some of my garlic, put it in, black pepper, a little bit of parsley and chives, a little, or as much as you want, honestly. It depends on what you want in there. I usually recommend if you're going to have bread with this, something hot, like a French bread, an Italian bread, um, something just really, really delicious is what you want with it. Um, because that's what this food is called for. Okay, now that these are cooked, so they're somewhat cooking. Okay, sit down so I can finish cooking. Okay, coming back to stirring these. Okay, now we're going to take our chopped onion. There it is, and pour it all in. Your dinner will be ready in about 10 to 15 minutes. Actually, by the ending of this video, food will be ready, dinner will be all ready. And this is everything that I had in the house. I did not go to the grocery store. I did not purchase anything. This was what was in my freezer and in my home. In my freezer and in my fridge. Excuse me. Okay. And I'll be back in a little bit with a finished product.